current head of the order here in town?
The current head of the order here in town is a woman named Chitelish Marl. Chitelish Marl. Oh, spell that. Oop, type that in. Chitelish Marl is of uncertain racial origin. She's got some height to her, but her features are rough enough that she doesn't look elven. But she stands at a good 6'3". She's generally regarded with a good deal of suspicion by the locals, because the Templars of Tech have in the past attempted to buy up different spots, have been turned away from doing that, and because essentially the Templars of Tech kind of run a prison for hire, and Chitelish has done well managing that. They have the tower there of Zaboku, and she's regarded with not a great deal of love. Does that seem reasonable?
Is it not? I mean, is she feared, or is it just
disliked? And there's
does the prison have a shady reputation?
Well, let me stop. I'll let you do that as a follow-up. So the reputation of the prison is more that they will imprison anybody that they're paid to imprison. That they do imprison people for reasonable things, but they also imprison people for coin. And that sort of restraint of freedom definitely goes against a lot of the character of the port itself. Is that okay?
Okay. That's my two.
All right. Matt.
All right, so we could do like icon relationships, right?
Yeah.
Since I know about the Templars, can I use my negative with Leviathan to kind of, I guess, research the what we saw in the letters about the contacts in this town?
Oh, so you want to follow up not on the Templars, but about this this bar and that stuff is what you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first, roll me a d6. Yeah.
Before you go any farther, I do not have anything that I'm going to attempt because I'm not good at it, so I'm going to be following around Tommaso.
Okay. You have a die of conflict with Leviathan too, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Why don't you both? Matt, you rolled that. Carl, why don't you roll a d6 for me?
And they never came back.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
I'll miss you the most, Scarecrow.
And Matt, why don't you
He will never forget you.
an actually for you this actually be intelligence plus what is your kind of streetwise skill?
Streetwise. I think it would really be streetwise. I think the closest I would have for that would be my ducal factotum skill.
Okay.
But that's more like Machiavellian maneuvering and stuff like that.
Let's do straight intelligence then.
Alright, so that is no modifier.
Plus your level.
That's easy. Alright, level. What happened? Debug mode. Get out of here.
Oh, I forgot you get your level with these, right?
Yeah.
Not the D6s.
No, not the D6s,
Right.
but the
So the place that is mentioned in the letter is a place called the Vile Stein. It's
I'm sorry. My wife's changing my baby's diaper and she just yelled, God, Matt, he's grabbing his Drangus.
And that's cause for concern.
I guess. Cause she's got a lot to learn about boys. She's gonna be shocked when he's about 13.
Oh yeah.
Mom, don't come in here.
So it seems like a pretty generic bar, but after a day or two of observation, it definitely seems to you like the barkeep is, he's moving messages along. He's acting as an in-between, that kind of thing. And it does seem like that place is, a crossroads. And given what you read, he's probably acting as an agent for the Leviathan. Maybe he's not directly involved, but he's being paid, and he's making arrangements for the Leviathan's network around here in the Unconquered Port. Does that seem like kind of what you were looking at there with that? Or,
You're muted, man.
or more.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh. So he's working for Leviathan.
Not surprising. I mean, they were all working for Leviathan.
You were given, here's what you were given, is you were given these instructions is you could give a message to the bartender, and essentially you'd say a code phrase,
Mm-hmm.
and then would go away, and if you came back 3 hours later, the barkeep would then give you instructions on how to meet up with the agent who would give you would have given Goldana instructions on how to deliver these items.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we should do that, Black Dog?
Say this again. Okay,
Goldana was instructed to come here if she couldn't deliver those
okay.
goods to the other island. She was instructed to come here, speak to the barkeep, and the barkeep would, she would go away and come back, and the barkeep would then give her instructions on how to meet with a senior agent of Leviathan.
Yeah, are we trying to rescue this other guy or not? What's your priority?
Well, I feared while we were here to rescue the guy, I thought it would be a good chance to kind of get intelligence on what Leviathan's doing, and because we got the negative relationship with them.
Yeah, we could also blow the other chance, though. I mean, you got to figure out which one you want, which one's more important to you.
Yeah, it is a good point. Let's pocket this knowledge, just be going with the other stuff, and see what comes that, and maybe we can return to this.
All right. So I'll assume you guys will meet up and share information, that kind of thing?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's your next step? More research? How do you want to do this?
I might.
No.
Go on.
We don't even have. We just have a name. We don't have any idea what this guy looks like, or we could walk into the. We could walk by him in his cell and never know, right?
True.
I mean, I could try to find out more
why he's in.
More about this, why he's in.
Okay. Should we start with you then, Scott?
Okie dokie.
Do you want to do that same streetwise thing?
Sure.
Let's have you roll.
Except I like to use charisma instead.
I know you would, but what am I?
I'm very charismatic. There needs to be a talent that lets you substitute a stat of your choice.
Well, this is you going out and trying to gather information, Scott. If you were in a more narrow area that we were talking about, or you wanted to narrow it down, you wanted to go and mingle with the Templars, That'd be a different thing. What do you want to do?
If I wanted to seduce the head Templar, maybe.
Yeah, you could go for that.
Let's keep that on the table for now. Now, and just
You will
stick to
feel
the-
a sharp burning pain in the back of your head when you start contemplating that.
Ow! Where did that come from?
You know where that came from, Scott. When you start imagining, start thinking about seducing the...
It would be for a good cause.
You will actually see Rook kind of lean forward, and when he kind of looks back up, his eyes are bloodshot, and he's kind of gone a little bit pale and sweaty.
All right, I'll stick to the streetwise. No fraternizing.
Okay.
27.
All right. So give me 3 questions, Scott.
What is this gentleman in for? Now, he wasn't from here?
Is that your other question?
No, okay. No, go ahead. What is he in for?
All right. So you will kind of ask around, and eventually you will be told that he came here a couple of years ago and became sick, and eventually went to a couple of physicers, and they weren't sure what it was, and there was a little worry about containment and quarantine and things like that, and he was actually taken then to the tower by the Templars, essentially to go to the isolation hospital there, and he has not come back out. It's not clear if he's a leper or some sort of sickness or illness that's more deadly or what.
Now,
So this is your second question?
No, this is not my second question.
Okay.
This rolled into the first question. From what we know about this expedition, does that jibe with him returning from the expedition?
You don't know anything about the expedition beyond that. Beyond, you know that there was an expedition. You know that it occurred. You know that he's the only survivor.
But we don't know when this.
That is correct.
This was.
But you would guess based on Lady Naisune's stuff, and I would say that yes, it does jibe. What's your second question?
So, well, just I suppose we should get what he last looked like, so that we can identify this individual if we were to run across him in the temple.
He has a striking appearance in that he has very white gray hair, but with a fetlock of dark black.
Okay. And my third question would be, since does he have any family or friends that still remain here in town that knew him?
That is a good question there. No.
So he's pretty much a loner.
That is correct.
So does that mean I get the impression that he wasn't from here originally? He came to this town.
Essentially, you have the sense he was passing through, kind of thing.
Yeah, had the ick. And I with that 27, I get a pretty good feeling that that's at least what everyone believes happened.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Tommaso?
It's not that some merchant just wanted to get rid of him and he's sick. Okay.
What about you, Tommaso?
Okay, so
I'll spill that information just so it'll help other people.
Okay.
we know the location, and I know the layout of the place where he is.
Essentially, there are 3 towers with walls connecting them.
Mhm.
So essentially, and there's the courtyard. One of the towers serves as kind of the chapter house. One of the towers serves as a hospital and storage and that kind of thing. And then the third one serves as sort of the prison.
Sorry, muted.
That's okay.
And we, from what Scott's heard, we think he's in the hospital part, then, right? Or would that be in the prison part?
We're not sure. He's been there for a couple of years. Do you want to see if you can get more information on that?
How would we go about that?
Well, you've got your hospitalar thing, so maybe you could go and try and talk to, maybe not specifically the Templars, but maybe mendicants or people associated with medicine around.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So that'll actually be, since that's a smaller group you're going to be interacting with, that'll be charisma plus your hospitalar.
All right, so that's 5 minus 1.
That was his goal for the entire.
Oh,
Use a hero point.
not this so good.
There needs to be hero points.
Wait, did you get your level in that?
Yep.
Yeah.
You rolled a 1.
Matt, you will
You're not real subtle.
actually, when you're going and talking to one of these people, you will get information that suggests to you that he is not in the hospital, and in fact, you know, the person's like, oh no, he got moved to the prison a long time ago. But as you're sort of talking, you will see a set of Templars come in, and a couple of them like spot you and recognize you.
How close am I to him?
Chickies!
Am I there or what?
Yeah, we'll assume that you're nearby. How do you guys want to approach this? Do you want to try and cheese it,
Or cheat death.
or what?
If they're looking at me and these guys had me imprisoned and I'm not particularly keen on them, I would just kind of rest my hand like on the pommel of my sword and kind of just almost like lifting your shirt to show the pistol, and make strong eye contact with them.
Oh.
Okay, now where are we exactly?
We'll assume that you guys are in some kind of public tavern, a public house, and essentially Matt has tracked down one of the people who's worked as a washer of wounds in the hospital there.
And this is and these are prison guards, not city guards. Or
That is
are they
correct.
similar?
They are Templars, and Matt, I believe with a 1, you are still wanted by the Order.
Okay. How far is Matt from those guys?
They're across the tap room, and you will see them. There's that gauging of things that they do there, and Matt kind of moves to be aggressive.
How many of them are there?
3.
Okay. Okay, I will move
Red
closer
meat,
to them.
Carl. Red meat.
I'm gonna see what's gonna happen if we. If we get into a fight and kill these guys, regardless, we're screwed.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna find somebody right in the way. Okay, in the way between us two, between our two groups.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna come up, bump into him, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm bigger than he is, but he's big enough.
Okay.
Okay. But I want him to be I want him to be big enough. Okay. I go. Don't push me away! Get out of my way! And I'm gonna push him away at least into the Templars or in their way or something like that. And I'm gonna come in and don't do it again.
Ooh, okay, let's have you make. This is going to be a charisma roll, Carl.
I can play pissed off pretty good. I think.
Do you? Do you have any kind of background that you want to use with this at work? You think?
Yeah, barbarian.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have any kind of ranks in that?
No, pirate. Orc pirate. I like to get. I'm a pirate. I get in fights.
Okay, that seems fair enough to me.
God damn it. D20 plus 3 plus level plus charisma 0.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
So, Tommaso, you kind of turn. That kind of fire burns in your eyes. You don't usually do this, but you remember your time in the prison. You remember essentially the breakout by a ragtag group of hospitalars. It was shortly after that you got necroed. And you remember that was that whole time as being bad, and you kind of see these guys, but then you will see Black Dog clearly, essentially, start a fight in the way to be a distraction. What do you want to do, Matt?
All right. Picking up what he's doing, I will try to make my escape while they're in the chaos.
Okay. Dexterity plus what's a good skill for this?
I don't know if I have any good skills. Let's
What about your
see,
Machiavellian stuff?
Yeah, I guess the ducal factotum.
Yes. Getting out the back door of inns,
Yeah,
taverns,
yeah,
things like that.
Yeah, I think that we can make that work. So let's see, that is how many ranks in that?
Before you're seen, it would do for a priest to be seen in a place like this.
That's 3. So 3 for level, and dexterity is 0.
Oh yeah, you will slip out the back. Carl, roll around, trade some punches. Eventually, these Templars move past you, and you'll see them look around in a huff. Hear them. Oh, he got away! Damn him! And they'll go back out in the street and look around, and then they'll go back to the tower.
Okay.
Fabian, what do you want to do? Check
Maybe we
on,
could
look
sell some
on, that kind
pasta.
of thing.
I want to essentially get an idea about this. I want to use my scout form
Okay.
to just become like a mouse, and then a bird, and like a sparrow, whatever I need to get a good lay of the land and see. I'll assume I can gain this man's description before I do this.
Right.
If that's acceptable, and I will try and locate that individual in the prison.
Okay. How about we have you roll? It's what, a D4 plus for your scout forms thing, right?
Right. Let me pull that up really quickly.
Sure.
I actually have it up here because it's the D4 determines my skill level in what I'm trying in the scouting.
Absolutely. So roll a D4 plus 1. Okay.
Okay. So I have
3 plus your wisdom bonus.
okay. Point character sheet. Okay. 1d20 plus wisdom bonus plus that skill. And okay,
Fabian,
25.
you will be able to spot that there's not a lot of people in the prison. Less than were described. To have that sort of weird feeling that there's something going on there in that prison tower. That feeling of just not quite right. You'll be able to sense that and also gauge that there's just a weird aura around of perhaps something more sinister. You'll be able to isolate and judge and scout well over half of sort of the obvious entryways and windows and things on the tower to identify where he's not, so that you can narrow it down to maybe he has to be in this last sort of quarter of the building. Either the sub-dungeon or these sets of rooms. And with your natural 20, you will spot that in terms of getting people in, there are two possibilities. One is definitely climbing. There are a couple of places. They're high, difficult climbs to get up and over to get inside, but it is doable. The other possibility is to get in through the water cisterns, since you have contacts among the sewer rats and things like that. It would require some swimming to get in that way.
From what I know, I've had this ring on for a day or so. Do I think that we could, since we have two rings, we could ferry people through these places fairly easily one at a time if we had to?
Probably, yeah.
Is that a good suggestion?
That seems reasonable.
Okay.
Okay. I will assume
I'll return with that.
Return that information.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we stop there, guys? Because it's about 9:30 my time, and we can take up with this operation next time, and maybe have Ben here as well. Does that seem like a good place to stop?
I can't take it. Yes, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we'll go.
Okay. So before you guys go, Scott, can you roll me 2d6? Everybody else is going to be rolling d6 in just a minute, so hang on. And then can you roll me 1d6?
Oh, man.
Okay. Carl, can you roll me
Right.
1d6 3 times?
Ooh. Oh, Carl. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Pirate.
I think it's 3 different. Yeah, so who knows?
6 and Leviathan 5.
So that means you got 2 interactions.
Okay. Fabian, can you roll me 3d6? Okay.
Ooh, you got
Sewer.
2.
5 or 7. 6. And Matt, can you roll me 2d6 and then 1d6? Ooh.
You guys are hot. Whoa!
Okay. So for the next couple of sessions, Carl, you rolled a 6 for the Crow Swarm Pirate and a 5 for Leviathan. Fabian, you rolled a 5 for the Sewer Rat and a 6 for the War Singer. Matt, you rolled a 6 for the Surgeon and a
We need to know this.
6
We need
for
to-
Leviathan. I'll go over it again next time.
I mean, should we know this or?
Yeah,
Or...
yeah, you should know this, because you would be rolling it at the table in front of me.
Okay. Well, I mean, does it affect us that
Well,
much, or
well,
is
here's
it
what
just, it's just?
Let me tell you how I'm going to do this, okay? Those rolls are out there.
Yeah.
In play, if I haven't used them to put something forward, you guys can suggest something as a benefit to what's going on. Okay? If you can work something in, like if Matt might draw on the 6 he rolled for the Surgeon to get a essentially an uncomplicated benefit for the operation,
Okay.
that kind of thing. And I'll go back over that next time, exactly how that works. Okay?
Was it 6 for Leviathan? And,
You had a 5 for Leviathan, which is a complicated one, and a 6 for Crowsworn Pirate.
no, Leviathan is against Crowsworn Spite is conflicted.
Well, yeah. Actually, what I'm saying is when the 5 you roll for Leviathan means that it's success with a catch,
Okay.
essentially with a cost, and Crowsworn Pirate is a 6, which is a benefit without a catch.
Okay.
Okay. For example, Scott's sword that he got was based on a 5 roll,
Okay.
which means that he has something he has to do, and if he doesn't, and he doesn't do it soon, it will cost him.
Okay.
So just because you've got a negative with the Crowsworn Pirates, the 6 is a positive result.
Positive result means
for him.
that you get some element helping you in your battle against the Crowsworn Pirate.
Right.
Like some aid or someone who also hates them, or you find out, for example, Carl, the information on the Leviathan agents that you got here in the letters, that came out of your roll that you have for essentially, you got a 6 for the Leviathan thing.
Okay.
So that's where that came from. So that's how I'm kind of using these to help shape the storyline, okay?
Okay, cool.
And
Awesome.
We'll take up with that in 2 weeks, which will be after Metatopia. Scott, that's not going to be a problem for you that week, right? That'll be the 12th. You're not out of town that week, right?
Oh, I'm only out of town the weekend.
Oh, okay.
So,
I just want to make sure.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and turn the recording off.